Good morning. Again, I'm Lieutenant Bill Parker of the Investigations Division of the Police Department. I want to start out, first of all, by saying that we'll be transitioning to the regular Public Information Officer, and that's Captain Joe Qualters, and he will speak very briefly when we're done and talk a little bit about the mechanics. To address a couple of things that you're probably wondering about, the dive team search, as I said yesterday, that was based on a tip we got that had a specific location that we should search. The dive team did not get finished yesterday, so they did go back out and finish that up. So, no, they finished yesterday, yes. Thank you. So we just, again, they didn't get it covered in one afternoon, so they just went back out and finished that up, but negative result. We did a checkpoint this morning, and this was not a traffic checkpoint or a checkpoint for drunk driving or something like that, but what we did was we set this up at basically 11th and College at the same about time frame, and of course we're talking about the same day of the week. And so we wanted to set that up to see if anybody is somebody who comes through there regularly that may have seen something. We did end up making contact with 135 cars. This was not intrusive. We just spoke with everybody, and we passed out a flyer with Lauren's information on it and picture, and we also asked if anybody saw anything. Now, unfortunately, at this point, that didn't provide any result, so we may be looking at doing that again, particularly, you know, as we can select times that match up and dates, then we may get somebody that does go through there occasionally like that. That's the purpose of that. We did some additional canine searches last night. Again, negative result. I'd like to put out a little bit of a plea here. We very much appreciate all the businesses that have provided us with video footage, and some of them we knew that they had video, and we solicited that, but we received it from them. But we may have businesses that have video that we don't know about, or that we may have missed it, miscontacting somebody. So if anybody does have video footage from their business that they think could cover part of the area that we're talking about, from Smallwood, between Smallwood and the apartment on 11th, on either the Morton or the Alley or the College sides, just reach out to us, and we appreciate it very much, and we'll come take a look and see if we can find out anything more from that. So there may be somebody that really hasn't reviewed their video that maybe we haven't reached out to, so we'd just like to ask for that. We know that America's Most Wanted is getting ready to run Lauren's case on their program this Saturday night. So we have some things set up, and the FBI is helping us out with that by bringing in a tip management program that will be capable of maintaining records on large quantities of tips, because often they tell us that there's a pretty good spike in the number of tips there right when the program airs and then for a few hours afterwards. So we appreciate that help we're getting from them, and that'll be set up in time for that program Saturday night. Is there any questions?
Lieutenant, it's been a week now. Are you losing hope, or how are you feeling now in the search and in the investigation?
No, we're not losing hope. I mean, we're concentrating completely on this case and finding Lauren, and we certainly want to find her alive, and we hope that that's the case.
Lieutenant, do you believe that Lauren Spierer is alive?
I believe that she certainly may be, and I hope she is.
Lieutenant, have you checked any dumpsters, landfills? If you remember the Andrew Compton case, I mean, that unfortunately transpired, but have you guys been in company with waste facilities?
We have checked that with negative results, yes.
What type of questions did you ask during the traffic stop last night?
We basically ask, is this someplace that you normally go through at this time and day? Did you see anything? Were you here last week at the same time and day? That kind of thing.
Lieutenant, aside from the search warrant that was executed to get the surveillance video, have any other search warrants been executed?
Yes, many search warrants have been executed.
So
What did you find in
You've had
Corey
canine
Rossman's
searches,
apartment?
you've had dive teams, you've had numerous checkpoints you mentioned, all within this area over the last week. What does that tell you about the search as it relates to this specific area? Each search has come up negative, Lieutenant.
Well, and we want to cover it very thoroughly, but we also gradually are expanding it out, and we want to expand it out. And Mr. Spierer will mention a couple of things about that in just a minute.
Do you now feel this area locally is completely covered?
Absolutely not. I mean, I'll never feel that it's completely covered. There could always be, you know, a searcher that missed something or something like that, and that's why we just continue to go over it.
Can you tell us
I
if
know
you
you
have
had something.
any suspects in this at all? Anybody who's suspected in this at all?
We don't have anybody that we characterize as a suspect at this time.
Lieutenant, have you looked into any of that video, the surveillance video from the apartment building?
At this point, we're not releasing any of it.
When do you think you might be?
We're still discussing that.
Why have you guys asked for more U.S. Marshals to come in town today?
They are helping us with a particular type of search, but we don't want to go into detail. We have investigative reasons why we don't want to go into further detail on that.
Looking at sex offenders and that possibility?
We're not going to go into more detail on that.
Lieutenant, there's multiple construction sites between 11th Street and Lawrenceville and Smallwood. Have those construction workers been investigated as far as people missing work or someone who may have come in contact with Lauren regularly and developed an interest in her?
We have spoken with many construction workers like that, yes.
You spoke about 10 persons of interest at the beginning of the week. Is that number still the case? Is it less than that? More
We're
than
not prepared to stop looking at anybody. And so, yes, everybody that's a person of interest remains so.
Do you have more than that now?
No, I would say that that's our group of persons of interest that we're looking at.
The businesses along near 11th and College that do have surveillance video set up, and I understand you've been looking at some of that. Do you have cars or something that you're looking at that were going down that street around 4:30 in the morning that you're trying to track?
We've seen some vehicles in those videos that we're working to identify by getting the video enhanced, because typically surveillance video like that does not show, you know, it's hard to tell the specifics of that, so we're working on that, yes.
And how confident are you that Lauren really was at 11th and College around 4:30 in the morning?
Well, the last place that we can be totally confident she was further south. So, you know, we're just going on, again, various statements to place her at the more northern part.
Lieutenant, are you saying that the search on Monroe Reservoir, that's completely over, completely done?
Absolutely not. We searched a particular part of that based on the information we got, you know, naming a particular part. And as we get any information like that, of course, we will do exactly the same thing.
Any comment that you can make reference, Mr. Salzman's statements that there were perhaps 2 to 4 individuals who may have seen Lauren after she left the apartment?
I don't want to comment on Mr. Salzman's statements, no.
Lieutenant, of those 10 persons of interest, are all of them known to Lauren Spierer?
Not necessarily.
The Smallwood apartment complex just turned in almost 200 pages of data log of card swipes at that apartment building between a 36-hour period about the time she disappeared. How useful could something like that be to this investigation?
As you say, they just turned it in, and so we need to look and see exactly what information is included there to see if we can track when persons of interest may have gone in or out or something like that. But again, we haven't actually seen it. It just got turned over to us. Yes.
Can you be more specific when you say the last place you can be totally confident where she was further south?
Well, she was depicted on video between 10th and 11th.
Is that in College?
No, that's in between the buildings between 10th and 11th.
Heading toward her apartment?
Yes. To head towards the apartment on 11th.
Have all 10 of the persons of interest now been interviewed? You said yesterday that you were still arranging interviews.
There are still some that have not been interviewed.
Is that because they're not cooperating or they just can't be reached?
No, I can't characterize it like that. To some extent, it's just we haven't received return phone calls from a couple of people.
Lieutenant, have you found her keys?
We found keys that were actually friends of hers found keys, turned them over to us, but we found keys and the small card purse or coin purse in the alley, the same place where we last saw her on video.
What's going to happen this weekend?
Basically, we're getting ready for the setting up this new tip procedure, and that reminds me, I want to also put out an email there that I don't think we've talked about, an email address, policetips@bloomington.com. We can accept email tips using that address, and it's 2 words, but if people accidentally type in 1 word, it's supposed to go ahead and still work. But I'm sorry, I've lost track. What was the...
So what are you doing this weekend? What time?
Okay, we're getting ready to set up that. We'll actually have an investigator go out to the program, and then we'll have at least 2 investigators who will be waiting here for any tips that need immediate attention. In the meantime, our personnel are set up to continue taking tips the whole weekend, and we'll be meeting with the family. We'll have investigators ready to act on any information we get.
Lieutenant, regarding the information Smallwood gave you today, had you requested that previously?
We had asked for it, and they had told us that they would give it to us, so they did bring it over today. I understand my sergeant told me that they just did turn it over before our meeting.
Why did it take them a week?
I'm not sure.
The video you say that Carter was 10 towards 11. Can you give us the time exactly?
I don't have it in front of me. I can't give you the exact time, but it was after the video depicts her leaving Smallwood.
She was not alone.
No.
So that was with this other gentleman, you believe, right?
One of the acquaintances, yes.
And nothing after that? And
Right.
So that would, we're talking roughly 3? You can't give us...
A little after 3.
A little after 3.
Do you believe her boyfriend was with her at any point during that night or the early morning hours?
That's information that I just don't want to go into the specifics of that yet.
Have you spoken with her boyfriend?
Yes.
And what's the situation there?
We continue to speak with him. He's cooperative.
Is he one of the persons of interest?
Certainly.
Has he not been allowed to help with the search?
I don't know if I think he's participated in the volunteer searches. Okay, at this point, I'd like to go ahead and see if Mr. Spierer would like to step up.
Yesterday was a busy day in the search for Lauren. I will tell you that once again the local support here is overwhelming. There were over 400 people that showed up for the 5:30 search. Every single one of them was given a grid portion to go over, and we covered a lot of ground yesterday. Same thing today. The staging area is Smallwood. They've been extremely helpful to us in many, many ways. So there's 11 o'clock search, 2 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. We know a lot of people are busy this weekend doing other things, but if you can find some time to help us out with any of the searches, we would greatly appreciate it. In terms of the grid area that the searches are covering, we have been through the city of Bloomington fairly extensively, in some places going over the area more than once. So the grid search, as is now being designed, will start to expand outside of the city of Bloomington. And there will be some other specialized people helping with the search. We've been offered help from different groups that we're going to accept the help from. These are people on horseback who are going to help us cover a great deal of area outside the immediate city limits, because as you get outside of the city, the amount of land becomes very expansive and almost impossible to cover on foot in any efficient way. In that regard, if anyone is watching now and you're a landowner out there and someone comes asking to search your property either on horseback or on foot, I beg you to please allow them the access to your property. Yesterday, I had asked for people to please go out and search their barns, search their sheds, search garages. We ask that if you haven't done that, please do so today. If you need help searching your property. We'll get you the help to search your property. So that's what's happening today as far as the, where we're going with the grid searches. I would also like to once again say what Lieutenant Parker was saying about the videos from the local merchants along the area between 11th and Smallwood, either on College or Morton. If you have any video material, however insignificant you think it is, please provide it to us and let the police look it over and analyze it for any leads that might come from those videos. I've said before that there's a lot of folks coming out from different parts of the country, and they continue to come out to help us, and we greatly appreciate their presence here. I did want to mention that a number of the hotels in Bloomington have offered discounted rates on rooms for people who come out here to help search. So let me just mention the hotels. It's the Hampton Inn, the Holiday Inn, the Holiday Inn Express, and the Scholars Inn. So please, any of you folks out there who are coming in from out of town, please contact any of these hotels for discounted rates on your stay. The two tip lines that have been set up for telephonic tips, I'll just repeat them again, please. One is through America's Most Wanted, and that number is 800 Crime TV, 800 CRIME TV. There's also a line set up through the Bloomington Police Department, and this is their number, 812-339-4477. We encourage anyone to contact either of those two tip lines anonymously. There's no tracing, and you can leave the information with either of those two tip lines. There's also an email tip line that Lieutenant Parker had referred to. Again, this one's a little long. It's policetips@bloomington.in.gov. policetips@bloomington.in.gov. My wife is going to talk about something that we're asking people to do very shortly, but I would say again, as I've said the last couple of days, anything small can be big. If you have any information about Lauren or the events of that night, speak up and help us find her. Charlene's going to talk briefly.
Hi, I just wanted to thank everyone also, as my husband did, and I especially thank everybody here today for continuing to support us, for being here. We couldn't do this without you. You're just as much an integral part of our team as the hundreds of searchers that have been out there, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I believe some of Lauren's friends have organized an event today, and I think it's supposed to start around 12:20, so it is pretty imminent, but it's called Lunch for Lauren. We're asking everybody between 12 and 12:20, 12:30, just to take a moment out of your lunch break and just search the area where you are. Either search, if you're in an office, go out and search around your office. If you're at home, go out and search around wherever you happen to be at home. It's just like a concentrated effort for everybody to help us with that between 12 and 12:30. It's called Lunch for Lauren. Take 10 minutes of your time and search the area wherever you are between 12 and 12:30. And we appreciate that, and thank you very much.
Ms. Speaker, can we ask you a question quickly? Any thoughts about the critical nature of the search now? It's been a week.
No questions.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I just want to quick introduction for those that I've not met before. Looking around the room, I see a lot of familiar faces. My name is Joe Qualters, captain with the Bloomington Police Department. It's Qualters. First name is Joe. My point of contact would be Qualterj 888-888-3317. I'd like to thank Lieutenant Parker for all that he's done. In my absence, I was out of town when this investigation began. Obviously, I have a lot of catching up to do with what's taken place, as well as what continues to take place and what we will be doing in the future. But I just wanted to establish myself as the new point of contact for media interest. From past experience, I understand that it's very difficult to not only manage an investigation, but also to manage the media interest, both of which are critical to our success. So we thank you for your interest. I look forward to working with you as this case progresses. Thank you.
Is there going to get briefing tomorrow?
We will continue the briefings over the weekend, 11:30. I will be here. Anybody who chooses to be here, you're more than welcome. I think that this is a pretty good format that has been set up in that it allows us the opportunity to evaluate what has taken place so that we can come up with points of where we are in the investigation to share with you, as well as allows everybody to get the same information at the same time. So we will continue with this format as long as everyone has the same interest that we do in being here.
Give us your email again, Joe.
Yeah, it's QUALTERJ, it's Qualter J, @bloomington.in.gov. And I just wanted to reiterate, I think Lieutenant Parker inadvertently gave police.com as the tag for the police tips. The Spears had it correct. It is police tips @bloomington.in.gov. So that's what we're accepting as far as the email. And then I think you've got the phone numbers as well. Okay? Thank you.
Police tips, one word.
Police tips, one word. Thank you. Thank you.